Assessment strategies that can increase motivation. Why do we feel pressure from these assessments? Tests, quizzes, and exams. Assessment should be of learning. Assessment should be a tool to facilitate and enhance learning and not just to evaluate learning. Facilitate and enhance learning. Teachers can facilitate learning by making the educational process easier for students. This does not mean watering down the curriculum or lowering standards. Rather, facilitating learning involves teaching students to think critically and understand how the learning process works. Educational assessment is the systematic process of documenting and using empirical data on the knowledge, skill, attitude, and improve student learning. Make clear your learners' objectives every time. Learners need to clarify the objective they are working on. Objective provide a means of clarifying the purpose of evaluation. Objective improves the communication between the teacher and students. The students must know precisely what is expected to them. Teachers also need to clarify the criteria to use to evaluate them. A success criteria is a list of features that a teacher wants the learners to include in their work during the lesson. It is really good way of making learners aware of what is expected and can also encourage them to extend themselves during the course of the lesson. Attitude know why, skills know how, knowledge know what. Make your students own the lesson objective. The student must be allowed to set their own personal learning targets based on the learning objective. Learning targets guide teachers on what they are to teach and students on what they are to learn. Most important, teachers use learning targets to determine what behavior they should be looking for a student demonstrate their level of knowledge and skills. Expectations may not be met immediately, but diversity should be taken into consideration. Having a diverse group of students simple means recognizing that all the people are unique in their own way. Their differences could consist of their reading level, athletic ability, cultural background, personality, race, and beliefs. Engage your students in self-assessment. After the students have their own learning targets, it is better to have them assess themselves. Self-assessment is the ability to examine yourself to find out how much progress you have made. When the learners are given the opportunity to evaluate their own performance, they bring to mind the personal task and strategy variables applicable to them. Self-assessment is evaluate learning tools as well as part of an assessment process. Through self-assessment, students can identify their own skills gaps where their knowledge is weak, free where to focus their learning, revise their work, and track their own progress. You can do it. Self-assessment for self-knowledge. Who am I? My values, priorities, interests, skills, talents, roles, achievements, self-concept, personality, concerns, lifestyle, preferred environment, needs, abilities, motivation. Practice criterion reference assessment rather than norm reference assessment. Students must be given an established criterion in which they can compare their performance. Content criteria or criterion are used to evaluate the degree of student knowledge and understanding of facts, concepts, and principles. Process criteria are used to evaluate the level of performance of a skill or process, as well as the effectiveness of the method and procedures used in task. This eliminates them comparing their works to others. Having a criterion, they could learn to stop comparing their works to others. Don't compare yourself to me ever. Believe in yourself that you can do better. You are original, you are one of a kind. Be who you are and be humble. Inspire your student to have mastery focus rather than performance focus. Performance focus goals are focused on demonstrating the skills and ability of a student. Mastery focus has been proven to assist students reach a higher educational achievement as well as giving students confidence in their learning abilities. Not everyone learns in the same pace. Mastery learning programs provide students with extra learning opportunities to master the topic being taught. Learners' focus should be on the mastery and love of the learning and not on achieving in a high grade or score. If they fail to get an item or items in a test, tell them not to worry and assure them that they will be taught again until mastery. If you cannot achieve the 100%, but the important is you can learn something new. Self-mastery, body, heart, soul, and mind. Not all learnings comes out of books. We can learn from our social interactions. As we grow, we can stop learning because learning is a lifelong process. If your student failed, encourage him/her not to quit. You should motivate him/her to do better next time and study the lesson well. Have a great mindset or growth mindset. Believe your students can improve. Yes, I believe that my student can improve and grow. As a teacher, I can do better to find the best strategy and able to them to learn. That's the job of a teacher, helping the students can improve and grow. Failure or wrong answer is welcome. Assure your student that they are not made less of themselves by a wrong answer or a mistake. Always say thank you when they finish answered. What is the most important is that they learn from their mistake and continuously grow and improve. Your assessment practice must be sensitive and constructive because assessment has an emotional impact. That your comments and grade as well as the manner you communicate can affect the self-confidence of your students. Assessment should be constructive as much as possible. Judging students harshly to the point that they feel belittled or insulted will kill their spirit and may lead them to have a negative view both of themselves and the subject. You should help them to boost their self-confidence and always believe in themselves that they can. Don't make the test too difficult to discourage students, nor too easy to make them complacent. Teacher must change their view on creating assessment. They should not make too easy nor too hard. Humans are motivated to achieve victory over challenges, but only when things are within their optimal zone. The challenge should neither be difficult nor too easy, but just manageable. Carrying out such tasks keep you motivated and make you feel confident about yourself. Too easy, no challenge. Too hard, discouraging. Communicate results feedback. Teachers must make sure to give their feedbacks communicatively to assure better facilitating and learning. Feedback is necessary and can help students develop. It enhances their learning process and give them the skills to think critically. Feedback can improve a student confidence, self-awareness for learning. Providing students engage with feedback, it should enhance learning and improve assessment performance.